Gamers, it's your old pal Spider-Man, back again for another travel shave from the road. I've got this set up a little bit differently. I'm not used to looking this way, and I'm used to looking at the other side of my phone, so I'm probably gonna be all wonky this time. Anyways, just brewed a nice cup of hotel coffee. We got a bunch of things to talk about, so we're just going to get right into starting the shave. I'm using no label, but I've got a little travel tin here of some CBL Earl Grey. Really nice tea and citrus scent. Love it. Got my travel brush that I use primarily. It's a Maggard, I think it's a 19 millimeter synthetic brush, and just works really well. Small, nice and compact, works great for travel. Let's talk about maybe the elephant in the room. I don't know. This goatee is getting huge. So I'm getting a lot of compliments on it. I think a lot of people like it. I like it. So I think I'm gonna keep it for a while. Initially I was thinking to just keep it for another month or so and have it through the TSC convention, which is coming up at the end of April. So if you plan on joining us in Vegas for that, you're gonna wanna get on that soon, because I think the deadline for registering is coming up for that, so they can get a final head count and plan and order stuff for all the attendees. So yeah, I think that's coming up soon. We had a Zoom call for the cadre on Sunday, and Barber Dave said that for Halloween, because I was talking about what we were gonna do for Halloween, and I'll say that in a minute, but he said for Halloween I should get a top hat and a monocle and go as Monopoly Man, which I don't really get, because the Monopoly Man only has a mustache. He doesn't have a goatee, so I don't quite see the connection there. But I do see when I style my mustache out, which you'll see later, I do have a similar shaped mustache to his. But no, what I was thinking of doing for Halloween, and Amber and I were discussing this, and this is kind of what led me to want to keep the mustache and goatee longer, was to get the goatee nice and long, bring it out to a point, and get the mustache nice and handlebar-y, and go as like the devil. So like getting like a red suit, red tie, black shirt, maybe paint the face red, dye all the hair red. I think it'd be pretty epic. I'm gonna be using my travel razor for today, because I only packed a carry-on bag, so can't bring my DE with me. I got a Gillette guard, so that's what we're gonna be using. I always have this in my travel bag as at least a backup razor for when I do have a checked bag, or as pretty much my primary razor when I'm traveling light. A lot of times when I come out here to Vegas, I'm only out here for 3 days, and that's 2 days of travel and 1 day of work. So really, I don't need much. I just travel with a backpack and a couple of things, and that's about it. So the Gillette Guard isn't a bad razor. I guess it was produced in India, and they've kind of made their way over here. The head comes off, so it's a replaceable cart. It's got a pivoting head, so if you're used to DE, it's kind of going backwards to a cartridge razor, but that's okay. For a couple of shaves, I don't mind. And the big thing is it only has one blade. So it's not like using modern day carts that have 4 blades, which are absolutely horrible. Having only one blade is really nice. So one of the other things I wanted to talk about today is the TSC Weight Loss Challenge. We did it last year. I lost 50 pounds last year, and unfortunately 2021 just sucked. And after I lost all that weight, I fell off the wagon. I didn't gain it all back, but I think I gained like 40 of it back. And so we started up the weight loss challenge again this year in January. I switched back to keto, lost almost 20 pounds, I think, somewhere between 15 and 20 pounds, which half of that's water weight. When you switch to keto, you lose a lot of water weight at the beginning. But then in February, I gained a few pounds. I'm like, okay, this isn't working. Need to do something drastic. So I've been doing a lot of intermittent fasting over the last couple of years, and last year when I was dropping a lot of weight, I did some extended fasts of like 5 days. I would fast for 5 days, and then I would basically just eat on the weekends. Actually, I would eat Friday night, and then Saturday and Sunday I would usually have like a big breakfast and then a dinner. But I've been wanting to try an extended fast, longer than 5 days. So this month, starting on, well, I guess I started on last Sunday, I started a fast, and I am now on day 9 of not eating anything and only having coffee, water, and some electrolytes. So I just put some salts into my water to make sure I don't get deficient in those, and that's it. So when I was doing the 5-day fast, I kind of found that on average I was losing a pound plus a day. Let's see if we're gonna do this. So I would get on the scale every day, and I would notice that the whole number in the pounds was always one less. I didn't really pay attention to the tenths, so I don't know exactly what it was. But I was always losing about a pound a day. With this fast, I don't know why, but in my first 7 days, I lost 15 pounds. So that's an average of 2.1 pounds a day. Since I've been here on travel, I haven't weighed myself, so I don't know. But I'm loving it. When you start a fast like that, obviously it's something you have to work up to. You don't just like, hey, I'm gonna stop eating and start fasting. You do that, it can work, but you're gonna be miserable for the first couple of days at least. Being keto and being fat adapted definitely helps the transition. And the first day for me, I always find the first day easy because I do a lot of 1 meal a day or 1 meal every other day fast. So the first day is pretty easy for me. The second and third day are pretty hard. That's where your stomach's rumbling a lot, and you get the desire for food, and that's where it becomes like a mental game. And you have to realize that food is an addiction. Like, we're used to eating. Our ancestors weren't. Our ancestors weren't conditioned to eat every single day. So it was feast or famine, and if you had food, you ate, and if you didn't, you fasted, and that's just the way everything was. Well, modern times, we don't have that. Food is, for us, is always plentiful and always there, and we always rely on it, and food is a comfort, and when that is missing, you want it. And there was a lot of times during that first couple of days that I'm like, man, that cheeseburger sounds so good, or those fries sound amazing. I cooked my kids chicken wings, and I'm like, man, I love chicken wings. I really want to have one of these, but I'm like, no, I got to keep going and keep on the path to the goals that I want. And it's all mind over matter. It's all a mental game. But something really weird happens when you get past that third day. All of a sudden, most of your hunger goes away. And I just got some witch hazel here. Most of your hunger goes away, and your body goes, I'm not getting any food. Well, I guess I need to resort fully to using the fat that's already stored in the body. And it does that, and it does it so efficiently. And so that's why I've been able to lose so much weight so quick. So I don't know how much longer I'm gonna do this before I break my fast and eat something. It's gonna be at least to the 2-week mark, which will be, well, not maybe, I'm either gonna eat this Friday, which will be almost 2 weeks, or I'm gonna wait until the next Friday. I don't know. The next Friday, I'll be having getting ready for my big St. Patrick's Day meal, which is on Thursday, but I'm gonna probably delay it and just have that on the weekends. So I don't know how long I'm gonna go, but then I think once I break this initial long fast, I'm probably gonna go back to the 5-day fasts with just eating on the weekends and doing the refeed then. But I'm feeling great, and I love it, and it's just cool. So the other thing, and if you have any questions about that, just drop them in the comments. The other thing is I heard a rumor on the cadre that Master Wellcome had been bought out. Master Wellcome, the parent company of Master Aftershave, which we've been using ever since I joined the wet shaving forum. Master Bay Rum, a key ingredient in making Bootlegger's Bay Rum, which is the best Bay Rum ever, which is a mix of Master Bay Rum, Superior 70 Bay Rum, and Pinot Virgin Island Bay Rum. Mix those three together, you're gonna have the best Bay Rum aftershave you'll ever have, and one of the most budget-friendly aftershaves. Sure, you have to buy all 3 ingredients and throw them together, but your cost per ounce when you put it all together is way cheaper than anything you're gonna buy online. Master aftershaves are $10 for 15 ounces. Compare that to your artisan aftershaves where you're paying $20 for 4 ounces. No brainer, right? Anyways, I heard that they were bought out and that the company was discontinuing the Master Aftershave line. I'm like, what the heck? So I go online, and all of these barber supply places that I know online, like Atlanta Barber and I don't know, a couple others that I've ordered from the past, they're out of stock. They've got them on the website, but they all say out of stock. I'm like, uh-oh, this isn't looking good. I go to a few other online places, and stock is limited or it's not available. I'm like, what the heck is going on? So, coming out here to Vegas, there's a really good barber supply in town. It's called the Sharp Shop. That was the first place I went right after I got off the plane. And looked up their aisles, and they have a nice stock of Master aftershaves. And I asked them, I'm like, hey, I heard a rumor that Master Wellcome was bought out and the aftershave line is discontinued. And I said, can you confirm that? And they're like, yeah. They're like, we had a problem with our last order, and we called our distributor, and said, hey, is something going on with Master? And they're like, I don't know, we'll find out. And what they found out was that, indeed, the company was bought out. The new company is discontinuing the entire barber line and focusing only on the beauty side, which is just baffling because they're getting rid of a whole part of their market, and the barber line is great, and it's probably more popular than ever, I would imagine. So I did the only thing I could do. I had to stock up since it was there. I bought 5 different aftershaves, 2 bottles of each, 3 of which I have 1 bottle left at home, so that takes me up to 3, which I think 3 bottles of aftershave for 1 cent will probably do me with my rotation and all the other aftershaves I have. I think 3 bottles will take me for the rest of my life. 2 new scents, since they had some testers. I tested out some other ones that I hadn't tried before, so I picked up 2 other ones. Also got 2 bottles of those. So this is what I got. Master Spice, which is what I'll be using today. Master Breeze, which is kind of tropical smelling. It's very light, fresh, tropical. Very surprised by this scent. I really liked it. Of course, you got to have the Lilac Vegetal and Smoky Oud. This is amazing. This is probably one of the best scents I've ever smelled by them. If you like oud, I mean, you can't go wrong. And of course, the quintessential day rum. So this spice, so this one's hard to describe. The first thing someone's gonna ask is, does it smell like Old Spice? No, it doesn't. It's in that general wheelhouse of scents. If I had to compare it to Old Spice, take Old Spice, take out any powdery scent, take out any floral scent, and then make it sweeter. And then you've got something close to this. So it's really hard to describe. The one thing I will say about this, it's very high in glycerin. So if you're not a fan of glycerin, maybe steer clear of the Master. My face right now, after a fresh shave, I put some on last night and it was fine, but that was after a day of sweating and whatever grease and grime is building on your face and stubble and whatnot. On a smooth face right now, it's a little bit tacky. Now, over time, that's going to soak in, it's going to dissipate, it's going to go away. I can feel it, it's already better, it's soaking in a little bit more. But initially, it does feel pretty tacky. So you could dilute this 50-50 with some witch hazel. It's plenty strong in scent, so I don't think you're going to be lacking anything in scent if you do dilute it. But that might help with the tackiness. That's one thing that I like about mixing up the Bootlegger's Bay rum, because the tackiness in the Bay rum is cut by the other 2 ingredients, and it just brings that level perfect. And it's like, Virgin Island Bay rum is so clovey and it stings your face, and mixing all 3 just brings everything to a happy medium, and it's just absolutely the perfect aftershave. So continuing on with my beard and mustache care, get another drink of coffee here. Normally I would put a balm. I bought a beard balm and I'd put that in my hair. But I've got this Woody's Beard and Tattoo Oil. So we are going to put some of that in and see how that goes. I've never used this in the beard before, so. But I like putting some sort of lotion or something into it so I can kind of pull it, kind of get the the hair's growing a little bit more straight, and then kind of train it down into this point here. And then, of course, beard and tattoo oil. Well, if it's for tattoos, then I'm gonna put some on my tattoo. Which I do think, I do notice a difference when I put it on my tattoo. It kind of, you know, your skin's dry, and it brings some vitality back to your skin, and it just brings the colors out of your tattoo. I do notice a difference almost immediately of putting this on. Okay, the other thing I'm going to use is some mustache wax. If you're training a mustache, mustache wax is essential. The primary ingredient in most mustache waxes is beeswax, but then depending on how much other stuff is put in them, some of them are hard, some of them are soft. The one I've been primarily using is also from Woody's, and it's very soft. So it's not really great for training. Like, I got a few hairs that are still trying to grow over my lip, and I'm trying to train them all to go sideways. Being that it's not super hard, that one's a little bit harder, less effective for that. But this one just smells like straight beeswax, and it's really hard. You have to scrape some off with your nail and then kind of rub it into your fingers. I'm gonna try, I've never done this before, I'm gonna try heating it up with a hairdryer first and seeing if that makes it easier to apply. I don't know if that's enough, but we'll try. Yeah, so the surface is a little bit softer, so can get some more. Okay, so we got a little bit on my nail. We're just gonna take that, we're gonna rub that into the fingers. I might have too much, I don't know. So kind of rub it between your fingers, warm it up a little bit, and then just kind of rub it in, pull it through, try to coat all the hairs. And then I just kind of pull them out, and I do a little twist at the end so I can kind of get my little handlebar going. So I can see why Barber Dave would say I look like the Monopoly Man. This is the general shape of his mustache, but again, he did not have this, he just had that. I'm not sure on the goatee part, if I should keep it like this or if I should bring it in and just have the goatee on the chin. Amber says she likes it the way it is. I kind of want to thin it out a little bit. I don't know. Tell me what you think. Do you think it looks good the way it is, or do you think it should be a little bit narrower? Should it be a full goatee where it's all connected? Well, actually, the goatee is just on the chin. I keep saying that, but this is technically a Van Dyke. When you got the mustache and the beard, and the goatee, it's called a Van Dyke. So do I keep it connected though, or do I bring it in so that I just have the mustache and the goatee separate? I don't know. Tell me what you think. I'm Spider. Enjoy your shaves. We'll see you guys on the cadre. If you're not there, join us, www.theshavingcadre.com. Best place on the internet to talk about shaving. Hands down, I know, because I've been everywhere, and it's the only place that I hang out now. So we'll see you guys later. Bye.